Hello and welcome to ABW Live. And in the words of the legendary Nick Wilson 2021, it's back on. Hey! All right, Nick.
All right, Danny, how we doing, mate?
I'm going to get a T-shirt with that printed on it, and if it's never back on again, you, sir, are banging trouble.
Oh, dear. I apologise in advance.
What, do you think it's going to finish? Think we've had enough?
Well, we can't be good for more than one game a month, can we?
Well, there is that to it. Yes, right, let's go and have a chin wag with some of the punters. Who's there first? Craig Barlow. Hello, listeners and viewers and people doing neither and people on the toilet. If there is anybody on the toilet, do let us know. It was always 3-0. Yes, Liam Greyhurst. Can we play Southampton every week? That's 27 home Premier League games against Southampton, undefeated. I mean, they should get some kind of golden trophy for that. Craig Barlow. Southampton is a team we should be beating and then expect to win. I've updated the teams that we've beaten, the position they were in. I pirated someone else's tweet and I've updated it and claiming it as my own. How very British of me. Although I'm English, I'm not British. There was me from the Highbury saying a win just to try and get things rolling on the Twitch. If you can go and find us on Twitch, it's @_Bergkamp _Wonderland. I might have said underscore then. I don't know. I've forgotten how to speak. So Twitch is very good. And if we get enough people on Twitch, I've got a few ideas of what we can do on Twitch. Because we can show whatever the hell we like on Twitch. I could even go and show this game again, download it and show it to all the boys and girls at home. Because Twitch don't care. Huh?
No, you can't.
What? I can watch old games. People were watching films. I was watching someone the other night playing a Marvel film.
I mean, yes, but she's in a bikini and makes Twitch a lot of money. You say I'm not in a bikini and will not make Twitch a lot of money.
Stop poo-pooing. Just Craig and Liam there having a chit-chat with each other. Matt Roberts is there. Carnage is there on Twitch. Jimmy H, evening all. Stream Elements, what does it want? Apparently we're live. Good to know. Phil Macker is there. He's on the YouTubes at the moment. So bite me, I got it wrong. But the upside down Charlotte Church turned up washed. Oh Jesus. Jashar. Haven't seen you in a while, sir. Afternoon, evening, fellas. Yes, indeed. Richard Morris, as I predicted, 3-0. How was the atmosphere, Richard? Because you were there, or were you too busy stuffing your face full of burgers? Yes. So let's get into the game, Nick. I've started with a few. Actually, we're not going to do the notes. We're going to do the lineup because you didn't do the preview. Because Glenn said 3-0 as well. I said 5-0. What was your prediction?
3-0.
Really?
No, I didn't predict it, though. I can't be bothered to go into the chat.
Richard Morris, live from the ground, says the atmosphere and the game was very good. Breaking news. So what do you think to the lineup? The fact that it was exactly the same starting 11 as we had against Everton. But it wasn't awful, was it?
No, I mean, other than the whole Aubameyang situation, that's about right what I thought we would have gone, to be honest. I mean, I don't know why they've come out and just made a thing with Aubameyang saying all this crap. So, same with Spurs last season. Just lie. Just say he's got a cold or something. Why give yourself crap to talk about? I mean, he got away with it against Spurs last season, and he got away with it today. I mean, they were saying at the end of the game, if he'd have lost that, they would have absolutely slaughtered him for that. But I don't know we still don't know what Aubameyang has or hasn't done, whether he's had a tattoo, late for training. I mean, Twitter's going absolutely mad because usually they say something, but they don't actually say what they've disciplined him for. So what's the point of coming out and saying we're not saying anything? Because that's worse than saying something, I think.
Because Arteta does love to skirt around the issues and the questions, doesn't he? He's never knowingly given a straight answer.
No, he hasn't really.
Right, so the lineup, I thought it was all right. But I didn't really expect much change. You could have possibly had would you have had Eddie? No, not really. No. I don't really think there's any changes. The only one that could have been a possibility was Lokonga in for Xhaka or El Neni in for Xhaka, because Xhaka coming and playing back-to-back 90 minutes. That just shows that the man is an absolute monster. So apart from that, I thought, well, it's going to be all right. That is almost his best 11. if we look at the lineup, Ramsdale, Tierney, not Holding, I'm reading it from including the substitutions, Gabriel, White, and Tomiyasu. Those 5, I think they should start every game all season. Saka on the right, Partey and Xhaka in the middle. I think that they are, and usually it'll be ESR on the left. Those 4, I think, are his first choice picks. Odegaard has now come in and cemented that slot as his own because 3 goals in 3 games, cheeky back heels, pulling strings, doing wonders. I think the only possible difference from that might change as the games go on is who he plays up front, because Martinelli was magnificent today in his ability of running around. Maybe not he hit the post, he got an assist, but some of the other things he may flip between him and Lacazette, and maybe Eddie might get a look in, or maybe when Vlahovic signs it, he might get a game or 2. He scored 2 goals today for Fiorentina. They won 4-0. He's now got 15 goals in 17 Serie A games. Waffles, I have replied to my DM and you haven't looked. Sad times. Nick, don't let me forget, tonight, 9 o'clock, Portland Timbers, New York City FC. It's the MLS final. Go on the Timbers! Arr! I don't think
it's that American soccer ball.
That's it, MLS. Timbers are going to win it yet again. They might even see LLM play. So
No.
Yeah, so do you agree that the only possible, now that he's got everybody back fit, the only possible difference could be playing who he plays up front? Would you like to see Martinelli play up front before we move on to the actual game itself?
I wouldn't mind giving him a few tries up front, especially when Aubameyang goes to the African nations and stuff like that, because obviously Lacazette is out of contract in the summer. Aubameyang may be tattooing his next club on him as we speak. We don't know. And so I think we've definitely got to buy another striker in the summer, at least one. And maybe Martinelli could, put his name in the hat and be a backup and give him a choice to make, because there's no need to go out and spend silly money on, to replace Aubameyang and Lacazette if you only need to buy one sign, and then Martinelli can step up.
Good point. Carnage on the Twitch says apparently he came back late from a trip abroad, affected COVID protocols. Now, it doesn't matter if that's true or not, but I like a bit of conspiracy. Never go wrong with a bit of conspiracy. It's always an inside job. Here we go. Craig Barlow. Xhaka is a machine regarding fitness. He is an absolute monster. Waffles, what have you put here? I hope not. Can't afford another kid. Maybe he's texting the missus. He's actually building a guitar at the moment. He's building it from hand, cutting it from bits of wood, like a manly man. Matt Roberts, is there anyone to bring back from Fiorentina? It would be Torreira. Love the guy. We could let them have him and maybe get 5 million off the price of Vlahovic, whose name I've got right 3 times in a row. Oh, here we go. This is a new name I don't recognise. Digi Scott. Gabriel has now scored more Premier League goals this season than Harry Kane. Very good. Oh, another name I don't recognise. Rocky 6709, 6th of July 2009. What a day that was. Good evening, guys. Well, hello there. Here he is. Mike Hertz. Mike, I would have asked you on the show, Mike, if I knew you were busy. If you had time to come in our chat and waffle and wave and start. Here we go. He's going to be on the Tavares in, Tierney out train. If you do your band, I'll put you on a timeout. Right, Nick, my notes from the game are very sparse. I've decided notes are no longer the future. The future is making it up as you go along. Gabriel's first 6 minutes, booked. Played out from the back straight to a Southampton player who ran and had a shot on goal. Hospital ball back pass to Ramsdale, who had a nanosecond to clear it. And then again, another shit pass after 20 minutes. How did you feel at that point during the game? Were heads in hands? Was there tears?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think the first 10, 15 minutes, they were all over us, and we started, what do they say, with the handbrake on and all that sort of crap? Oh, there's a podcast called that, the Handbrake On podcast.
Shit.
It's shit. Oh, sorry.
There's not. It is Amy Lawrence. The rest of them are rubbish. Worst name for a podcast. I didn't even know Wenger once said a little bit handbrake on or whatever he said. That's the Athletic for you.
He said that every game for about 5 years, though, Dan. But yeah, like I say, we started off a bit slow, and Gabriel was having a bit of a nightmare. And the rate he was going, I didn't think at the time he was going to last till half time without getting another yellow card, because that would have been us all over, really. But And then for some reason, I don't know exactly what happened. We just basically clicked, and when we started to step it up a notch and started to attack them, which apparently Southampton doesn't like it if you attack them.
They don't like it up them, Nick.
They don't like it up them. I think I'm pretty sure they've got their third choice goalkeeper in at the moment.
Haven't they? He used to be at Man City for years, didn't they? And I think maybe they've only just managed to get him in. And I'm going to go and have a look and see at what point Caballero, because Arsenal had a player called Caballero once. He was a Paraguayan striker, wasn't that good? Ended up playing in Scotland. Right, yeah, Big Willie Caballero. He's 40 years old. There's still hope for you yet, Nick. He was at Chelsea last season. Yes, so he's an Argentine international, say 5 games. Anybody can get 5 games playing for Argentina. And he signed for Southampton on the 6th of December 2021. When was that, Nick? You can actually figure out the signing by what day of the week it was. He signed on Monday.
Oh, that was good. So obviously he got his work permit or whatever he needed to play, clearance, whatever.
Well, I think as he's been at Chelsea and Man City for the last 7 years, he might have naturalisation. But yeah, he's done all right. He's but 40 years old. It's got to be one of the oldest people playing in the Premier League at the moment, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, goalkeepers, they go a lot longer, don't they? I mean, even old Seaman was still playing for us was it 40? And then he left, and then he lasted about 10 minutes at Man City and retired.
Got injured. He was all ready to do the next season, the Invincible season, and Wenger went, "Oh no, we've got Layman in, you can bugger off." And then he went, "Oh," so he went to Man City, got injured, and went, "Oh fuck this, I'm retiring." I think he hurt his back. Someone on Facebook, give us a thumbs up. Kate Johnson says, "Glad we won, but still worried about our attacking situation." Are you worried, Nick?
Well, the last few games I was worried because it just wasn't working. But today it seemed to be going quite well. In fact, we were actually trying to attack, whereas the last few games, let's say we went 1-0 up and decided, even though we had like 60, 70 minutes left of the game, we'll just defend the whole game. 1-0 to the Arsenal, and we can't do that. We can't defend for that. Well, we can defend a bit, but we can't defend the whole game. And that just
anybody can. It's tiring.
No, I mean, this Premiership is such a competitive league. The money that all the clubs are getting from TV and stuff, like the amount of decent players everyone's got, other than Norwich, everyone else is really good.
Yes, I agree with everything you said. Then I've just uploaded 3 little pictures. A little stat here, updated. I've added Southampton to the bottom. We've only beaten in the Premier League 8 teams this season. We've almost got the full set. We've got 20th, 19th. This is where they were at the time that we beat them. 20, 19, 18, 17. Southampton makes 16th. Leicester 11th, and then actually, I don't know if this is the position we played him in the league. I didn't make this, I stole it. But at the moment, that looks like we can only beat shit teams. Although Leicester game was one of my favourite games of the season and highly unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, Spurs are obviously top half of the table, and I think Villa were, but they're not now, and Leicester. But yeah, I mean, you can only play who you can play. I mean, I'm trying to think. We played Man City. Was it Man City away, Chelsea away? I think Man United away. Might have been one of those. Might have been at home. But if we could beat those or not lose to those at home and beat everyone else who we should be okay for being there or thereabouts top 4. Look
at that. Chris Lodato, the deviant, the Floridian deviant, as he has tattooed on his buttocks. He's given us $2 dues. Hi, friends. We've got him in a WhatsApp group with him. We just talk about games and very little else. I did ask him about a bar called the Stagger Inn, and he said it's a shithole. Because I worked a bloke he sits outside the Staggered Inn in Orlando, somewhere like that. Yes, Orlando. And he streams, Nick. He just puts the camera there and he streams. He's a bouncer. And then Chris said it's a shit bar.
Well, he streams when he's bouncing.
Well, he just sits there. He's a very angry human. Oh, someone's given us a little heart. That was by. Oh, it tells me who it was. MAR Maruti Pujar. Thank you very much. Yes, let's keep updating stuff on this and showing us new things. So I'm going to put the little star next to Chris's name. Then I'm going to ban him for being a deviant. Right, let's have a look at some of your wonderful comments, you beautiful bastards. From Craig Barlow, for once Arteta got his tactics right. That's the frustrating thing I have with him, as when he gets it wrong, it's a disaster. Would you say, Nick, that he got it right, or Southampton did a shit?
I think a little bit of both, to be honest. Like I said, they had what was it? The strike. One of their strikers got injured during the week, and then another one. Yeah, and then I can't remember everybody's name, Danny.
I looked it up earlier. I have no idea.
And then another striker went off today, injured as well. So I think they're sort of the walking wounded at the moment.
Yeah, in the preview show I said they've got 6 players out injured.
Yeah, maybe they could try and get the game called off, or is it just other clubs allowed to do that?
Craig Barlow says Man City are looking at Tavares. Says a lot about our scouting being good from Edu. What do you mean looking at him? We only just got him. You keep your eyes to yourself, you Mancunian scumbags. Matt Roberts, he also posted on Insta he had a tattoo. Yeah, but we don't know when the tattoo was, do we? Phil Macker, not answering that. That will get starred. Phil, all your questions. And then I'll ask them later. Oh, here we go. Poo news. Trip 2, I'm on the toilet, pushing one out. You don't get that on any other Arsenal podcast. So
no, we generally talk shit, but
we do
literally talk about shit.
We do indeed. Kalito. Oh, that's the chat moved up. Kalito El Guna. Was Arsenal really that good, or was Southampton really that bad? That's exactly what we were just saying. So I think he agrees with them. A little bit behind the chat. Bulgarian Guna, who was on with us for the preview show against West Ham. Great second half display. Good win. Well, there you go. Now Lodato is making faces at us. Look at that. I don't know what that means, but it's disgusting.
I think he's kissing us and laughing at us at the same time.
Loki says thumbs up, peeps. Matt Roberts, I would say the keeper situation hasn't helped the Saints out. He was probably had his feet up somewhere, drawing his pension, looking for a bus pass. And they went, do you want to come and play for us? And their other goalkeeper, who is it? He's got his own podcast on YouTube, hasn't he? Foster. Is it Foster? Yeah. He's about.
I wrote you on there a couple of weeks ago.
Yes. VJ, hi Danny. Nick looks as if he's enjoying Halo Infinite off screen. Have you been playing Halo Infinite?
I may be playing Halo Infinite.
Do you know? Guess what my thoughts on Halo are, Nick?
It's shit.
Shit. Bounce, shoot, bounce, shoot. Shoot someone 10 times they don't die. Bounce,
true.
Spin. That's Halo.
They've got a grapple hook now, so you can bounce, grapple hook, bounce again with another grapple hook.
Things couldn't get much worse. And 26584193825638 says correct tactics against a weak side, not rocket science. See how good Arteta's tactics are against a much better side next game. I don't know about you, Nick, but I'm just avoiding the fact that we're playing West Ham next because I'm not holding out much hope.
I am. I think we'll beat him.
You, sir, are delirious.
Thank you.
Go. Oh, here we go. Craig Barlow. Guna Talk Tom was reporting about Tavares City link. Oh, was he? Oh, okay. Well, Tom knows his stuff. Tom's never knowingly wrong. Tom's very good. Go over to the Guna Talk and follow Tom on Twitter. He's a friend of ours.
They do need fullbacks because a lot of their fullbacks are in prison.
If we've just bought him, are they implying that they might want to buy him off us already?
It's just paper talking, Danny. I don't think he's on a huge contract financially, and now he's played 7-8 games. It's probably his agent making up some crap to someone in a newspaper to just generate a bit of buzz.
Okay. Trip 2 is finished. Wash your hands when you're done. Very good. Matt Roberts, Ben Foster. That's the one. Rinat Sahab. I don't know why I put the H first. Start with Rami Shaban. I keep calling him Shami Raban. No. I got it. See, even then I got it the wrong way around. Too many A's. See, it's the way letters go and the order they go in. Messes me up. Like bed. I can't write the word bed unless I write the word B's and D's. I get them back to front. Chris says, great game. Said, love it. He's now spamming us. Carlito, can't believe we're in 5th place and still have a negative goal difference. But I think that's most of the league, though. If I go and have a little peek at the Premier League table, you have only got Man United on +1, West Ham 9, then Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City are all in the 20s or 30s. So I think goal difference doesn't mean much at the moment.
I think it does. When you look at the end of the season, like for most seasons, the goal difference, if you worked it out, that would where you'd be there or thereabouts. But you might be up or down a position, but you wouldn't. I don't think we're going to finish top 4 this season with a negative goal difference. I don't think that's possible.
Well, you never know the way the world works. I'm going to give it a little care thing on the Facebook because I'm kind like that. I'm going to give this another little tweet, let people know that we are live and chin wagging. Right. David Masters says, "What's this about Annie?" I have no idea what you mean by that. Oh, a new person. Approve Pandy. The Friat. Ha. Are you people just making stuff up to try and bowl me a googly? And I don't like cricket. Richard says, it's only fucking West Ham next. 3-0 easy. Oh, there we go. Aporov is having another go. The start was shambolic. We were getting dominated, but we grew into it, and second half was pretty good. I think you've summed it up perfectly there. VJ, spot on, Danny, with your tactics v West Ham. Bounce, grapple, hook, shoot. Are we allowed grapple hooks in Premier League football at the moment? I don't know. Richard Morris, Partey had a much better game. Yeah, Nick, Partey, what's your thoughts on the Partey-Xhaka partnership in central midfield? Because I'm not sure. Like a referee, they say a referee has a good game if you don't see him. Does that apply to Partey? Because I don't remember him doing anything wrong or bad or good or neither.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know if he's an out-and-out DM that we've all wanted since, like I say, Gilberto Silva left. But back when Gilberto Silva was there, no one ever noticed him and said he was pretty crap until he was out injured for about 7-8 months. And then we all realised, why they called him the Wall and things like that. But yeah, he had an okay game today. I don't think that helps that for about 5 games on the spin, he changed his partner's like, okay, you're doing really well with the Lokonga. Then I'll throw you in El Nene. Then I'll throw you in Odegaard for reasons. Someone who doesn't want or know how to tackle. And if he's going to stick with Xhaka until I think there's only about 2 games left he can play in because they go to Africans Cup of Nations on the 27th of December. So there's probably only 2 games left that he can actually play in.
Yes, we don't need more trouble. But maybe it is the kick up the butt the team needs to get Aubameyang out because it's not been working for a very long time. But if there's no point of even talking about it because it's all speculation. Let's just move on. Where are we? He did hit the post. Here we go. Another name I don't recognise. Jonathan Whitkin. We'll get to plus goal difference by New Year. Oh, what a present that would be. I hope Santa brings us that. Chris says, who is that pretty girl with facial hair in the top right-hand corner? She's nice, ain't she? That is Christopher, and she identifies as a pirate. So best not to be messed with. I think. Who should we have up there now? I'm going to change it. We can have... let's have Paulie Carl. Carl's got COVID. He'll be fine though. He's a strong young man.
Oh, that was a COVID test he put in the WhatsApp. I thought that was a pregnancy test. I congratulated him.
Either him and Chris are having a baby, or he is up the duff. Liam says, it was a Partey-Xhaka pairing against Southampton. It should be easy enough job. Bigger test for West Ham. Would you start those 2 against West Ham, Nick?
Yeah. I'm not scared about West Ham. They're a good footballing side, and they're actually playing. Now, that'd be a good game. There's going to be a lot of goals in that. I wouldn't surprise if there's a 4-2 or a 5-3, something crazy. It could be game of the season for that.
Right, because you lot keep typing stuff, I keep forgetting where I'm going. Let's go to the first goal, Nick. It's taken us 24 minutes because I completely forgot I'd made notes about the goals. 13 seconds from the moment Ramsdale passed it out to White and 7 passes for that first goal. What a wonderful drag back, whatever it was, from Saka into, was it Lacazette?
Yes, Lacazette.
I think it was Lacazette. And then Lacazette hit it and put it in the net. And we were 1-0 up and everyone was happy. What do you think about that goal and the build-up play? Because I think it come from maybe it's a Gabriel with a dodgy back pass again. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was a bit short get back pass, but Ramsdale did well. He got out just in the nick of time, and then I think Ben White played a lovely little pass. I think then Saka and Tomiyasu played a nice little 1-2 up the pitch, and then he obviously squared it to Lacazette, who was like, "Oh, I remember this. I remember running onto a ball facing the goal. I'm going to hit this," and then he did hit it, and it went in, and it was a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, it almost was. I've got a picture here of my favourite moment of the game. There he is. That was Miami John in Chicago tweeted that, and so I stole it, and that was magnificent to see. Just everything about Ramsdale just makes me smile and think, I wish he'd live next door to me, because whenever I had a spider or need something out of the loft, he'd be straight round and he'd be happy to do it. Now Colin the spider catcher's moved. We moved 3 years ago, but there's no one around here, Nick, to save me from the spiders. Maybe I'll ask Ramsdale. Has anyone got his number? I'll tweet him. That's what I'll do. Right, while I'm on a roll, let's move to the second goal. Attack down the right, ball over to Katie, who goes for the volley, and then I think Thanos paused time, took the ball off him, and put it so the volley landed underneath his foot. No, I don't like Marvel films. They're for children. And then it kind of misses it, but it dropped to his feet. He then put it in the box, and Odegaard jumped up to head it. 2-0. How impressed were you by that? And Odegaard, finally the man that we need to pull the strings. Probably the first decent one there since the Welsh Ramsey.
Yeah, I mean, that was lovely. I mean, I'd like to say Kieran Tierney actually meant that, but I don't think he meant that, because I think he was like, I'm going to volley this. I can't do this. I'm a left back, and just sort of kicked it into the floor. And then that's sort of what bobbled up. So then he actually headed it into the box. And I'm like, oh, so he headed it, and then Odegaard jumped in and headed it in as well. I'm like, Arsenal don't score headers. 2
in one game. Well, I don't want to give any spoilers.
Shh.
Let's move on to the next goal and see what happens, shall we? Yeah, so another really good goal. Really happy with that. I mean, the goalkeeper didn't know what was happening. Too many people all jumping around all over the slot. It was a bit like Halo. People just jumping. It was crazy. Third goal. Straight from a corner. Gabriel comes charging in. The corner is on the left-hand side as we were looking at the screen. And then he comes charging in for the middle of nowhere. No one marking him. Jumped up, headed it in. 2 headers in the same game. Straight after he'd had a goal disallowed from putting it in whilst on the touchline. So how he thought he wasn't offside for that. But yeah, he went from having terrible first 20 minutes to finishing the game playing really good football, didn't he? Great goal, Nick.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, they were warned. He's quite a big lad. He's quite powerful in the air. I mean, the first goal, I mean, like I say, because the old man in goal jumped up and he just got a little touch on it. And I think because that then went down, and I think that bounced off Tomiyasu's chest as well, and then went to him. Whereas if he hadn't, obviously, if it hadn't hit Tomiyasu, that wouldn't have been offside. So I think that's why he wasn't as far offside as you think, maybe half a body, but. It is what it is. He looked really upset with the linesman. He pointed out and waved his finger, and I said, I'm not having that. I'm going to score another one. And then he did from another corner, which, I mean, that's great. And like you said, he's actually got more goals this season than Harry Kane, which is brilliant. Huh?
I didn't say that. Someone else did.
Yeah, I know.
The 4 Southampton goalkeepers have a combined age of 128 years old. Caballero, 40, Foster, 33, McCarthy, 32, and the wee little kiddie, Harry Lewis, is 23.
Isn't Ben Foster at Watford?
Not anymore. He's playing for Southampton. Been there a while. Let's have a little picture here. Oh, there he is. Cheeky chops. I hope that's the right game. Wonderful. He's so skillful. I mean, that cheeky little back heel he did in the second half when he was when Saka. Oh, wonderful move. Do you remember that bit by Saka where Odegaard went running forward, did a back heel, Saka took it into the box, went left, chipped it around or floated it past the keeper, hit the post and come back out again. You must poo your pants when you see Saka running at you because you don't know I don't even think he knows what he's going to do, but you know it's going to be something amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the fact he's so 2-footed as well, that's just like terrible because when they say, as defender, put him on his weaker foot, and he's like, he hasn't got one. you know, so he's like, what's he supposed to do? And obviously him now, obviously he's been linking up quite well with Smith Rowe, because they've been playing for years together in the kids and the under-23s and stuff like that. But the longer that this midfield plays together, and once they get on the same page with Ødegaard, that's going to be a dangerous midfield.
Yes, indeed. Richard was at the game, says Ramsdale was winding up the Southampton supporters. That's good. Where else are we up to now? Forming Noza. After that, Arteta making sensible subs for once. Yes, let's have a look at the substitutions. It was scroll up a little bit. Rob Holding came on for Gabriel on the 69th minute. Do you think that was because he'd had a yellow card and he might have learnt his lesson after Xhaka not being able to make the last ditch tackle?
Yeah, it's got to be. Like I said, I think because he got booked and then he was like like I said, I think he'd already had a warning from the referee for having another foul, and they don't go for much choices, do they?
It's Fraser Foster, not Ben Foster.
That's his brother. It's fine.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Theo Walcott not playing. I do miss. I mean, it makes me sad when I think about Theo's career. I mean, what is he? He's got to be 17 or 18 by now. He's got his fake beard on, but his career's on its bloody arse. It makes me sad. Like Wobie, another one, his career's on its arse. And doing absolutely nothing. Our two boys.
Sad. But he retired when we beat Spurs 2-0 and they took him off the pitch, injured his knee, given the 1-2. He just pretty much gave up football then. He hasn't really done anything since.
How do I say your first name? Not yours, Nick, before you be funny. Apurv. Yes. Who would you give man of the match to today? Nick?
Probably Ødegaard.
Yes. How about your second, the silver medal in the man of the match award? I'd give it to Ramsdale. Yeah,
probably. I mean, he's just... I've never known... Like, we haven't had a keeper that just comes in and just fits. Like I'm saying, it's irrelevant how, good he is compared to all the other goalkeepers had. He just fits the whole, the club, the back four, and everything seems to fit in so well with everyone.
I got Apurv's name right.
Well, how many years you've been podcasting? It was bound to happen once.
2013 I've been doing this shit since. 2012. November 2012, the first one I did. That's the first one I got right. Wow. My mum will be so proud. Yes, what other notes have I made? We've got down that one. How long have we been going? 32 minutes. Right. I like that from Phil Macker. Theo just topping up his pension before he retires after a hugely uninspiring career. Hat-trick for England against Croatia.
Scored over 100 goals for us, though. So
he did.
He just wasn't the Thierry Henry, Michael Owen, whatever he wanted to be. But he was, he was just a level down from that, weren't he?
I was looking at the Chelsea result. Chelsea scored with a 95th minute penalty from Jorginho. If that had ended 2-2, they'd have had one win from the last 5 games and let in 10. Well, they have let in 10 goals in the last 5 games. So it's not just Arsenal that are having a tough time of it by letting in too many goals and having bad performances. Oh, Nova Rock has just sent me a tweet. He's outside the front of Providence Park for the final. Oh, I would love to be there, but it's minus 50, and as it's Portland, it's torrential rain. So, right, what we're going to do now, going to go and answer. So, do you have anything else about the game we need to cover, Nick? Nothing dramatic happened, did it?
Not really. I don't think there was any. Like I said, the referee didn't get a notice, so we had a good game.
Oh, we're doing substitutions, weren't we? Right, then after 81st minute, I lost the last 15 minutes of the game because my way I watch it died on its arse. Granit Xhaka off for Sambi Lokonga. Sambi got 9 minutes. No, he got 9 minutes plus a few minutes injury time. Did he do anything particularly interesting?
Not really. I'm not sure if he actually touched the ball or not. But by then, I was sort of zoning out the last 5-10 minutes, getting ready to come on air.
Yeah. Let's have a look and see if Lokonga actually touched the ball. 4 times. 3 of them are successful. A 75% pass success rate. You can't quibble with that. We could quibble, but you'd be wrong. And Pepe made a magnificent comeback, coming on for Lacazette after the 83rd minute. Let's have a bet on how many times Pepe touched the ball. How many do you reckon?
1.
4 as well. 75%. I'm beginning to think this site just make it out. They just cut and paste all the nonsense in there.
Do you think there's any truth in that, where we're not playing him as much because if he goes over a certain amount of appearances by the end of the year or something, we have to pay them more money? Did you hear that? I think that's all.
It's physically impossible to pay them any more money than we're already paying them. We've paid them an absolute fortune, and we've got to pay him £15 million a season for next season and the season after.
We really should have put that decimal point in that 72 million. Surely that was 7.2. It
should have been. Josh was right. Richard says, it's great to have ABW back on game day. Yep, I'll be doing it all. I think I've got nothing else to do, and all my friends have got COVID and I just don't come out to play anymore. Bulgarian says, Chelsea are not. I'm not sure what they are. Oh, Liam's made a gaming reference. Theo was an R2 merchant with no composure. That's one for the cool kids. Unless you waffle, and then waffles. But Theo was a speed merchant with no speed after knee problems. There you go. True. And he had a confidence issue. Bulgarian says Chelsea are boring. They are boring. Carlito, Southampton has managed to make Arteta look like Pep, Klopp and Tuchel rolled into one. Noza says, and we see lesser spotted Pepe after that. Oh, great 7 minutes that was. Craig, I'm just starring your question. Matt Roberts, any chance, Nick, you can lob something at Ronaldo from your house? Oh, the Man United play Norwich, aren't they?
Yeah, nah. Well, I've had a fallen out. I'm not allowed near that ground anymore. I'm too well known.
Oh, dear. Right, let's go and have a look at some of the things that I have starred. First one from Matt Roberts. Does this show that Alba is the problem? What do you think?
No, not really. I mean, we love going mad at, like, obviously Xhaka's not been around for the last few months, so we're trying to find someone to point the finger at, and I think it's, so like one of those little, those twisters where you spin the little thing, and I was like, oops, landed on Aubameyang, let's do that. And obviously all the crap that's came out today with the, what was it, the thing, unnegotiables or something, whatever.
I tried saying that and I messed it up 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
unnegotiable.
I
put a bubble at the end of that.
Yeah, so did they, but I don't know. That is cutting your nose off to spite your face, and yeah, he has dried up a bit, but he's been playing a lot more isolated this season than he has in previous seasons. I mean, his most successful time for us, he was sort of out on, the left forward, whatever that is, and he was pretty much allowed to go where he want and do what he want. And then, especially since Arteta's been around, he wants him to get, when he was on the left, get back and help out the defence a lot more. And as this season, he's pretty much been starting up front on his own. He's played a non-negotiables. Yeah, that's what he said, Belgian Gooner.
Chris agrees with you.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of these. He would have been so brilliant years ago with the old big man, little man up front type of thing. If he had an Alan Smith up front with him, or a Heskey or something, flick-ons with him to run onto, it'd be great. But for some reason, I think we're going back to having 2 strikers. I think that's starting to creep back into the Premiership now.
I have no idea what he's doing or why he's doing any of it. Right, following on from that question, we have one from Liam Greyhurst. Is Alba finished at the club, Nick? What do you think?
No, of course he's not. Who's gonna pay money for him or pay his wages? What he want? Nobody.
Well, I was thinking, hopefully we have a tiering system of fines at the club. First time, week's wages. Second time, 2 weeks' wages. I worked out that £750,000 he's going to give the club back. That's enough to buy an Alan Smith. Now, we know what Alan Smith did for Arsenal when we bought him from Leicester from £750,000. Can we get a decent striker nowadays? Well, of course we can get, I don't know. Doesn't it work like that anymore? The players cost more than $1 million. You're crazy. That'll never happen.
Well, we're supposed to be buying that Calvert-Lewin at Everton, and they're talking about 50, 60, 70 million. They only paid £1.5 million for him. I said offer 3 and they've doubled their money, but apparently I'm talking nonsense.
Scumbags. Utter scumbags. Is Arteta, is Alba finished at the club? I think he may well be. But then again, Arteta keeps bringing Xhaka back, doesn't he? So probably not finished at all. So I can get rid of that and unstar it. Craig Barlow says, why isn't Maitland-Niles getting game time after being man of the match? Well, I know the answer to this. Do you know, Nick?
That's nothing to do with his mum, is it?
No, oddly not. It's another woman in his life. We were saying on the podcast.
Oh, yeah, I remember, yeah.
Yeah, someone said, I don't know who it was, either Chris or Josh or who else was on there with me? I can't remember the other person. There was definitely 4 of us. Was there 3? No, there was 4. Isn't that terrible? It's only Thursday and I've forgotten who the hell was on. And someone said that his girlfriend Instagrammed, because that's what all the cool kids are doing, saying that how can the Ainsley get man of the match and then not be playing again? And so Arteta's gone, no, you are off with Arteta in the sin bin. That is the last we'll hear from you and your stroppy misses. So, yeah.
Would you seriously think Arteta would drop him because his missus posted that on Instagram?
No,
I just think. I mean, he's whinged for years. He wants to play in this position. He wants to play here. He's had chances to play. You know, you look at how Saka actually got in. You know, we had no left backs. He did a job at left back, never complained, done a terrific job. And they were like, oh, righto, he's done well, this kid. He'll do anything for me. So then when a space opened up in midfield, he got a chance. Whereas every time he seems to play, it's either he's complaining, his mum's complaining, his girl complaining. Well, he's going to be lucky to get a bloody club in the Championship, the rate he's been going the last couple of years. Irrelevant of talent. It's just attitude, really.
Very true. I've made a boo-boo. I said that it was the Southampton goalkeeper who has the podcast. It's not. That's Fraser Forster. See? Fraser Forster, I can't even say that, at Southampton. It's Ben Foster of Watford, like Nick correctly said, who has the podcast. Yeah. I quite like I like him, and I like the idea of the podcast, but I don't like that twat who he does it with, who needs to shut up.
Yeah, I don't know who that little guy is. It's like, shut up, Ian Wright's talking.
Yeah. You tend to get a load of. I watch a few people and they have sidekicks, and the sidekicks talk too much. Even as the host, I don't like to talk. I'd rather say nothing and let you lot talk. In fact, I got moaned at this in the live show midweek because I wasn't talking enough. I thought I'd see that day come in. Waffles says he absolutely would drop him for that. Arteta is a sensitive boy. Yeah, he is. All right, we've only got 2 more questions, people. Unless we start getting more questions, we're off. And look at my tree. It looks like a hippopotamus has eaten all my decorations and then was sick on my tree. It's lovely. And I bought some Christmas cushion covers. Not just a cushion cover. I don't know if a cushion cover is an actual thing. Could be. Right, question from Phil Macker. So can we beat the London Plastic Hammers? Would be a huge, I've been talking to you for too long, Nick. Would be a huge result in terms of top 4. What do you think, Mel Booty Boo?
Yeah, I think we'll beat them. I think it's good. Like I say, I think it's going to be a great game. That's what is good for me. They're actually playing decent football. So it's not like they're going to want to play us and just want to kick the crap out of us. They're going to try and play us off the park. The only problem is every so often we get to a team like that and we're so used to teams, play acting, diving, rotational fouling and stuff like that. When we actually turn up for a game of football, we sometimes forget how to play that. And then, I think we've had people like Swansea over the years, who, played some decent football. And then we sometimes get done by them, but it'll be a good game.
Very true. My moustache is tickling my nostrils. Right, here we go. Bulgarian Gooner, do you drop Martinelli for ESR versus West Ham? That's a good question. I like it.
No.
No?
No, he's playing well. I mean, what was it? He hit the post in this game, and then I think it got deflected out for a corner, and that may have been going in as well. So he's playing well the last few weeks. You can't. Well, I don't know what Arteta's like. Maybe he likes him, but if people come in and they don't, and they're not doing badly and they're doing well, you can't drop them, can you? That's the thing with Arteta. He seems to get a decent side and we build, we do 2 or 3 games in a row, we get in a bit of a winning streak, then all of a sudden he has like a brain fart and think, oh, I'm going to drop someone, I'm going to change the formation, I'm going to talk about unnegotiable variables, and ruins it.
I've got some of them baubles on my tree. They're wonderful. Chris Lodato says, how do you think Josh stays so pale? Does he wear a hooded trench coat every day and have black lights in the house? Have you any insight on this?
He doesn't leave the house.
He played golf today. Went down in my estimation. Everybody who plays golf.
Yeah, but he says he played golf. It was indoor miniature golf.
He didn't make that clear. Right. Liam says, put Martinelli up top and ESR on the wing. Now, we know that Lacazette can't play the entire game, so maybe you might want to rest him. And then if you're going to try and beat a team on the counter-attack, you're not really going to have Lacazette there, are you? Huffing and puffing, breathing out of his arse. But if you play Martinelli up front, and then you've got ESR one ring, Saka on the other, and then you've got Xhaka and Partey in the middle, spraying balls all over the place, you might be able to catch him on the counter-attack. But is that something we do anymore? I know we don't press much. We did some pressing today, though.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, it's good to have options that he can play there. I mean, he seems he can play, left. I say wing. We don't really have wingers anymore, do we? Left forwards, right forwards. He can play in the middle. I mean, I don't know if he's the kind of back to goal, hold it up type of player. But like I say, it's got options. He's just got to have a plan of what's, before the game, he's got to think, right, this is how I'm going to set up. And if it's going well, I'm going to do this. If it's going bad and I need to chase a goal, I'm going to do that. And he's just got to, like I said, he's got to have, saying that a manager's got to have a game plan. I mean, that's a brilliant idea.
Oh, I'm just seeing that people have been having to go and manually. Oh, here we go. Oh, people have been putting messages in that the YouTube has been blocking. Mainly just people being potty-mouthed, but we don't mind a bit of swearing on here. We're all adults. Bulgarian Guna says, seems when Nketiah starts on Wednesday.
Oh, my God.
Don't. So there you go. I don't think we've got any more questions. No. Well, I was going to have a look at my little list of who's going to be on. Wednesday's show... The preview is going to be me and Bulgarian Guna. I always forget his first name. Is his first name Dragomir? Yeah, that's what it says on his Twitter. I never knew that. And the post-game show is me and Stan the Man from Canada Land. And we might get one other on. Possibly not. And Thursday's podcast, the day after the Wednesday, that's how days of the week work, is going to be me, Dan Potts, Jeff Arsenal's making a comeback, and Miami John from Chicago. So that's what's coming up. That's some wonderful stuff there.
Worth tuning in for Jeff. Is that his first of the season?
No, he did a couple. I think he did one or two at the beginning. Oh, his name is that. I never knew. I never take any notice of Twitter, sadly. Oh, here we go. Chris has said, do you think Arteta subbed in Big Bob just so he could show off his new hair to the camera? No, I think he brought him in because it's wet and it was to test his new hair because he hasn't been able to do stuff, has he? No heading.
Is that true? Has he said, oh, sorry, boss, I can't header because I've had a hair transplant? Because I think you should drop someone if they say that.
Oh, Phil says, do you know anybody who can get him a ticket for Boxing Day? Are we playing Norwich Boxing Day?
Yeah.
Oh. At Norwich?
Well, yeah.
I don't know, do I? I take no notice of things.
And it's good job you don't run an Arsenal podcast, do
No, it's not, because I barely know what day. Days of the week have no meaning to me. My mum comes over on a Wednesday and a Sunday. No, Tuesday and a Sunday. Was it a Wednesday? I don't know. Good old Jeff, indeed. Bulgarian says, oof, Miami John. He likes horses. Does he? A grown man should never like horses. Those things are deviant creatures. Don't trust anything that big that doesn't eat meat. What are you doing? Why are you eating grass? Sort your life out with those big noshers. You should be eating meat. You should be chasing sheep and biting them. So Craig says, not Rob Balding anymore. Oh. Well, that's true. Poor boy. Sometimes you need to embrace the baldness, don't you? Right, Nick, we have no more questions. We've been going for that's 49 minutes of people's lives we have wasted. There's been 50 of you on and off throughout the show. At one point, there was 60. That's quite good, considering there was no disasters to talk about. No, I'm quite happy with that. And that's it. So thank you to everybody in the chats. A big thank you for Chris Lodato, who stuffed $2 down your pants, Nick. Which is
I'm not wearing any pants.
No, me neither. I'm just wearing Christmas socks and a smile. Yep. So cheers, Chris. And then they're all saying thank you. Most things that big are. Oh, here we go. Michael in Sweden. Most things that big are opportunistic omnivores. How did I manage to say that? An omnivore means, I think that means it eats anything. Opportunistic, it just eats what it can find. I think I saw, was it a horse ate a bird? I saw a video about that. That was disturbing. Have a lovely weekend from Mr. Waffles. Matt says, cheers, guys. Mr. Hernandez, don't even talk to me about him. Thanks, guys. Phil Macker, I'm off to the through in the chat. Don't start that. Craig Barlow, thanks, guys, and love the ABW in chat. Chris says, later, guys, love you. And Matt says, you eat both meat and veg. I do not eat vegetables. I'm a man. I eat meat. And on those bombshells, Nick, where can people find you if they want to come and find you on the Twitch?
It's Nick Fights on the Twitch, where I play fantastic games that Danny just loves. Games like Halo, and I'm playing the Matrix something tonight as well. It's shit. All right, well, what? I could play something for you. What can I play? Tetris.
Tetris is a good game. I have just bought. I sent you the link when you're doing your show to the Fallout series. I mean, the Fallout Ultimate Carnage, those racing games.
Flat Out.
Flat Out, there you go. Fallout had robots and a desolate future of nuclear destruction. And I have got, it was £3.69, and I think it's Fallout 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I found another link where for another 30p you could have got Fallout 5. But the only one worth playing is Fallout 4 Ultimate Carnage. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, that is a game. I might even break out a controller and give it a tickle. Liam makes a good point. Not enough Frogger on Twitch. Yeah, there isn't enough Frogger on Twitch, is there?
No, I don't think they made a new one for a while.
No. Jolly good. Right, thank you very much, people. Go and find Nick on Twitch. And more of you should be using Twitch. Twitch is much more interactive and it's easy. It's just like YouTube. You log in, doesn't cost you anything. You make up a name, you have the same name you got here, and there's more stuff that we can do. And I can play Arsenal documentaries and people won't give a shit about it. On those wise words, Nick, thank you very much, and we will see you all later. Goodbye.
Bye.